This is All India Radio. Whispers of the Wind. All India Radio, in collaboration with Vigyan-Prasar, presents science serial Whispers of the Wind, based on understanding and managing climate change and global warming. Let's listen to episode number 15, titled History of Rising Temperatures.
It is the third week, sir. And your administration is yet to move its feet.
Yes, it doesn't matter to you if we all will starve to death.
When will you wake up, sir? Can't you see the ruin that the pests are causing? We all will starve to death if this continues.
Please.
Why don't you listen to us?
Please, everybody, calm down. Please.
Calm down. When we die, then you will wake up.
I request everyone to calm down, please. I'm trying my best to address this situation.
Don't tell us. We can see what best you are doing. You are just sitting idle, that's it.
Oh no.
There is no let up in the attack of pests.
Yes.
Every morning I find them in far greater numbers in my field than in the earlier day. They are simply ravaging our fields.
Yes. What to do?
Mizanur, please. Please try to understand my point.
What understand, sir?
I'm not an entomologist. I cannot explain why the pest attack is so severe this year.
Then who will tell us?
What do you mean by into, sir?
Yes.
You think you can fool farmers here because they are not educated as you are?
Yes.
That's why you are resorting this jugglery of words.
Right.
No, Anita, no, it's not like that.
Then?
Entomologist is the word refers to a person who has specialized in the study of insects. Such a person will be of immense help to us. Please try to understand my point.
Will he able to drive the pests away?
What are we waiting for then? Bring him here soon. Don't wait till we all perish along with our families.
Listen to me. I have already asked the state government to send at least one experienced entomologist here. Last night I received a message saying that expert is likely to arrive in a couple of days. Till then we must wait.
How much should we wait?
We just need more pesticides for spraying in our fields.
You all know quite well that I have distributed all the pesticide that I had under my control. But this time the pests are just refusing to go away.
My God.
It's a different problem altogether. Why don't you guys understand? We must seek advice of an entomologist.
Okay. Then when is your ento specialist coming? Let us wait till then. What do you say, brothers and sisters?
Let us wait.
I think we should wait.
Listen to me.
That's okay.
There's a good news. I have just received a message that entomologist will be arriving here tomorrow evening. So if you want, we can have a meeting tomorrow evening right here.
Thank God.
Okay.
Ravi, you seem to be much tensed today.
Am I?
Your face tells it all. Any problem at office?
Yeah, Aparna. The villages are agitated. And they have a right to be so. The pest attack this season is so severe that nothing seems to work against them. We have sprayed almost double the chemical than we did last year. But there is still no let-up in this attack.
So, did they abuse you?
Who told you so?
Our maid Shama. I had sent her to bring some items from the grocery shop. She must have passed by your office and she noticed something.
Oh.
She told me that men and women were angrily shouting in front of your room.
Yeah.
I was so concerned. Couldn't understand whether to call you or not.
Shama is right, Aparna. The scenario was different today. Anything could have happened if I had lost my temper even for a moment.
Oh, is it so? What happened finally?
You don't worry. The situation is under control now. I told them that I have invited one entomologist for advising us on future actions.
Okay.
They somehow saw my point and agreed to come tomorrow evening for discussion with the expert.
Excellent.
Papa?
Yes, Mannat?
Papa, why is the pest attack so severe this year?
Mannat, I am not an expert in this matter. But I guess that it has something to do with the rising temperature.
You mean global warming, right?
Yes.
I know. Our class teacher told us about rising temperatures around the globe. He told us that all this is due to more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Papa, does this village produce too much carbon dioxide?
Don't be silly, Mannat. We do not have any big industrial factory around us. It means that it's the domestic households that are burning coal or kerosene. So why should we have more carbon dioxide here?
Aparna, don't be impatient.
But Ravi...
Aparna, please. Allow Mannat to ask any question that cross her mind. That is the only way to learn science.
All right.
Mannat, your mother is right. The production level of carbon dioxide is rather low in this village. But for increase in average temperature here, it is not necessary that we produce more carbon dioxide right here.
So you mean that if carbon dioxide is produced far away, then even temperature in this Sunidhi village can rise?
Exactly. That's the character of such gases. It can spread all over the world and trap the heat. By the way, this carbon dioxide is also called a greenhouse gas. You must have learned this in your class.
Yes, of course. The analogy is with the greenhouses in low temperature areas where they trap the heat to grow plants. But one thing I didn't understand at all, Papa. Who keeps the records? Are those people always right in giving us accounts of rising temperatures?
You are absolutely correct, my child. We must all agree on the dependability of the data collected and of course the analysis. Without this, we cannot get the true picture of the environment.
And I remember, Ravi, you told me about some mountain where temperatures have been recorded steadily over the years. Where was that? Just slipping out of my mind.
You are right, Aparna. One of the spots where such record is being kept is a volcano called Mauna Loa in the Hawaii Island.
Yes, now I get it.
But let me correct you. That what they actually specialize in is measuring the changing amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere.
Oh.
According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration of America, Mauna Loa is the oldest continuous carbon dioxide monitoring station.
Oh.
But Papa, why did they choose that place?
Mannat, because it is far away from human habitats.
Oh.
Its height is an advantage.
This temperature thing is really exciting. So, Papa...
Yes, Mannat?
What have they found at Mauna Loa?
Well, the measurement that I was talking of has been continuing since 1958. The data shows that carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is growing steadily from year to year.
So, everyone has accepted their data. No one is disagreeing.
Mannat, this is a good question. Mauna Loa is not the only carbon dioxide measuring station in the world. Other stations are giving similar results. This is the proof that Mauna Loa Observatory is on the right track.
Oh.
All from the West. No data is taken from this part. I mean, nothing from Asia.
No. There is input from Asia as well. The Japan Meteorological Agencies produce another data set.
Papa, our teacher was saying something about satellites as well. Do these satellites measure temperature?
Yes, of course, Mannat. These days, the satellites are also helping to estimate global temperatures.
Oh.
But all these are current records. If you want to make a comparison, then you need to have records from hundreds of years ago. Is that really possible?
Aparna, the Midlands region of England has a proud record of keeping track of temperature since 1659.
Really? 1659?
Yes, it's definitely surprising. It was originally published in 1953.
Wow! I didn't know that my husband is so knowledgeable.
Aparna, come on. Everyone uses the internet today.
So, Papa, regarding those historical records,
That's all for it, Mannat. Now you must move to your room like a good girl, or I shall drag you there.
But Mom...
Mannat, your mom is right. We can have another session tomorrow.
Yes.
The entomologist is likely to stay with us tomorrow. Now, do as your mama says. Go to your bed. You have
Okay,
a school
Papa.
tomorrow.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Papa.
Good night.
Mannat.
Mr. Ravi,
Yes, Professor Joseph.
it is already 5 o'clock by my watch. When are you expecting the farmers here?
Professor Joseph, they will be here in an hour or so. Sir,
Yes, Mr. Ravi.
many believe that these increase in attack of pests are due to global warming. Do you think that is correct?
Mr. Ravi, see, if you go by the scientific way, then you have to attach equal importance to all the possible factors. And after duly analyzing all the data, you can come home on one or two factors that are chiefly responsible for the event. But yes, global warming is a culprit, and you just cannot wish for that factor away.
Professor, the farmers were saying that they had never seen such a severe pest attack in this region.
Human memory is short, you see, Mr. Ravi. I'm not underestimating their collective memory, but popular statements do not always give the real picture. There might or might not have been pest attacks on this scale in this village, but take my word, no one has cared to keep a proper record.
You have a point, Professor. You know, this raises another vital question in my mind.
And what is that?
I often see in newspapers or magazines that temperature record of the last 1,000 years says so, or say, based on that record, the scientists are predicting this. I mean, I cannot understand how is it possible to get the record of the distant past.
Mr. Ravi, a very good question, officer. One should ask such questions to understand the real impact of global warming. In fact, when you say that the temperature from 1,000 years back is known, then you are not referring to a data that has been collected with your modern thermometer.
Then,
You see, the method of using proxies comes in handy here.
proxy?
I can understand why you are surprised. You had probably last heard the word in your college when your classmate bunked a class and asked you to say present, sir, on his behalf and the other. Am I right?
Yeah, you're correct, Professor.
Yes. So, in measuring temperature, a proxy means something different altogether. These are indirect ways of assessing past temperatures. And here, one takes measurement of responses to past temperature change that are preserved in natural archives such as ice, rocks, and fossils.
Professor, please wait. I'm getting more confused.
No problem, Mr. Ravi, no problem. I shall explain this to you. See, for example, in the cold regions, ice sheets form as snow builds up,
Correct.
with each year's snowfall preserved as a single visible layer. There are measurable chemical differences in snow formed at different temperatures, so ice cores provide a record of polar temperature going back around 250,000 years for Greenland and 800,000 years for Antarctica.
Professor, that sounds exciting. It's like Sherlock Holmes studying nature in detail.
I must compliment you on that Sherlock Holmes analogy. And yes, you're right. Scientists act like detectives to go into the records of the distant past.
Professor, is there any other such process to guess temperature?
Of course, there are various ways.
Like?
You see, growth rings in the tree trunks can be wider or thinner depending on the climate at the time of growth. So, fossilized trees can reveal the length of growing seasons.
Oh.
And fossilized or frozen pollen grains allow scientists to determine what plants were growing in the past, which can give us a good idea of the climate at the time. And by climate, I include the temperature, of course.
Certainly, sir. In many museums, I have seen well-preserved tree trunks with distinct growth rings visible to the naked eye. Ah, now I can understand how these can be of help.
Well, your reaction is my reward, Mr. Ravi. In fact, marine sediment cores provide temperature records spanning millions of years. You know, they contain the fossilized shells of tiny marine creatures that preserve a chemical record of the sea temperature when they lived.
That's wonderful, Professor.
Yes, in fact, to make their temperature reconstructions as accurate as possible. You know what scientists do? Scientists have calibrated each proxy by testing in their laboratories how it changes in response to changing temperature. However, the further back in time we look, the more sparse the proxy temperature records become.
Professor, you mean to say that there is a lot of uncertainty?
Yes. Look, Mr. Ravi, you cannot be 100% certain here. Therefore, the most reliable way to work out past temperatures is to combine different proxies and to use data from many locations to screen out local temperature fluctuations. But enough of these proxies now. I want to meet the real people. They're not here yet.
There, sir. Look, they are coming. Namaskar.
Sir, namaskar, sir.
Namaskar.
Sir, we are being ruined, sir. The pests are leaving us with almost nothing.
Look at Mizanur, sir. He's going to marry his daughter next month. If the crop is destroyed, then he will be in deep debt.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I shall have to commit suicide if this attack continues, sir.
Do not be so impatient, Mizanur. We shall surely find some way out of this crisis.
Please help us, sir. We are poor farmers. Only a couple among us are completed a high school education.
Yes, sir.
We do not understand the terms that educated men use. We just want to save our families.
Yes, sir.
Please calm down, everyone. Please calm down. Please calm down.
I understand your situation. In fact, I would say that you are not alone in this crisis. You see, pest attack is increasing all over the world with increasing temperatures.
All farmers are suffering in the same way, you mean?
But my cousin's field is not affected. His place is about 4 hours by bus from here.
Well,
Sir Shambhu.
yes. Well, Mr. Shambhu, it is not necessary that all fields in a state or a region would suffer in the same way due to pest attack.
Okay.
There are several factors that are responsible, but temperature is certainly one of those.
Why does pest attack increase when temperature rises?
And you are?
I'm Anita, sir.
Anitaji, it's because the rate of metabolism of insects increase with temperature.
Oh.
I mean, they eat more, they digest faster, and they grow at an unusually faster rate. And this becomes dangerous for all of us.
Oh God. Sir, why is that, sir?
See, Mr. Shambhu, the higher rate of metabolism means that insects are hungrier. They tend to feed more on our crops. When they eat more, they give birth to more offsprings. Thus, you find more pests every morning. And by the way, what are the crops that you are growing here?
We don't have much choice here, sir.
Sir, really, we don't have any choice.
Wheat is grown on most of the fields, sir.
Some also grow paddy, sir.
All right. You see, according to one study, 3 crops, namely wheat, rice and maize, are being mostly affected. But there is one hope for you.
What is it, sir?
If the average increase in temperature is more than 3 degrees, then the metabolism of insects suffers.
Oh.
As I see, the temperature is on the rise now. So just wait for a few days.
Oh God.
And I think the pest population will suddenly come down. They might leave your fields altogether.
That's good news, sir.
Sir, what do we do till then? Shall we spray some more pesticide?
No. Do not do that. Do not depend so much on pesticides. They are chemicals after all.
Okay, sir.
Try some biological control methods as well.
Okay,
I have advised Mr. Ravi, the inspector here, on how to apply those control methods. Yes, Mr. Ravi?
Yes, sir.
And he will explain it in detail to all of you.
Right.
For sure, for sure.
Thank you, sir.
But, sir, how did our temperature rise so much that our kids are about to starve? My father-in-law says that he has not seen so many warm days in a year in his life. How did this all happen, sir?
Anita ji. It all happened due to our own greed.
Greed?
That is all I can say in short.
Sir,
My grandfather is still alive. He is 105 years old. He says that the crop we grew earlier, when the temperature was much lower, were far better than the crops of today.
Mr. Ravi. See, here is another proxy data for you. The crops can give us valuable data regarding past temperatures.
Professor, you mean to say someone had preserved wheat or rice grains from the days of ancient history?
Oh no, not really. In fact, records of observations of weather and climate conditions can be found in ships and farmers' logs. You can also bank on travelers' diaries.
Oh.
Now, scientists have used these records in a very ingenious way. For example, they have used historical grape harvest dates to reconstruct summer temperatures between April and September in Paris.
Professor, what period are you referring to?
Mr. Ravi, I am talking about the period from the year 1370 to the year 1879.
so many years.
That is a big length of time, Professor.
Yes.
Well, yes, it is. But let us turn to the crisis that our farmer friends are facing right now.
Yeah.
See, I have to visit some more villages that are facing the same problem.
What?
That means I have to leave tonight.
No, Professor. Tonight? I thought you will stay with us for a few days.
Mr. Ravi and everyone, I would love to have stayed here. And I would have loved to do so, officer, but I'm under instruction from the government to visit all those villages within this very week. We need to talk to each of them to allay their fears.
That is unfortunate. You know, Professor, my daughter was also looking forward to meeting you and getting answers to her queries.
Please, Mr. Ravi, do not make my heart heavier. I would have loved to answer her queries. Do tell her that I shall definitely come here later in the year.
I can understand, Professor. Okay then. That's it, villagers. And please, remember what Professor Joseph has told us. The idea is not to panic and take the measures that he has advised. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes, everyone, please do.
Thank you, Professor.
Whispers of the Wind. You are listening to the 15th episode of this science serial produced by All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan-Prasar, titled History of Rising Temperatures. This episode was written by Dr. Manas Pratim Das. Coordinators were Dr. Nakul Parashar and Dr. Birendra Kumar Tyagi. This episode was directed by Sudarshan Kumar, presented by Dilip Jha, and assisted by Arvind Sharma. Participants were Nikhil Diwan, Vaibhav Srivastav, Nitin Bhasin, Mamta Malkani, Mannat Nagar, and Dishant Pawar. Hey listeners, please stay with us. Here are 2 questions for you. The lucky winners will get a tractor prize from Vigyan-Prasar. The first question is, why Mauna Loa is famous? And the second question is, why pest attack increases when temperature rises? Our address is Science Serial, Whispers of the Wind, All India Radio, room number 615, New Broadcasting House, Sansad Marg, New Delhi 110001. You can also write on our email ID radio@vigyanprasar.gov.in. Please do write or mail us your full name, age and profession. If associated with Science Club, do let us know the membership of your club. If you have any query or question, do not hesitate to write to us. We will be back again with the next episode of this science serial, Whispers of the Wind, same day, same time next week. Till then, goodbye.